Hello and thanks for watching. I'm Grace Lenehan.
And I'm Jay Corbitt. This week at Otterbein, students prepare for the homecoming festivities, campus organizations are celebrating a long history, and the soccer team took a tough loss. But first, Otterbein University was recently recognized for its academic focus and contributions to public good and economic value to students. The bein was ranked 15th in the U.S. News and World Report's 2015 edition of America's Best Colleges. We hit number 15 out of 146 other universities. This is our fourth recognition from the Washington Monthly for our contributions to public good. Here at Otterbein, we are known for the hands-on experience students receive and the success each of our program has had.
Well, it's never too late to further your career by learning from a professional in your field. Otterbein will be holding an Experience Ottership event where students will have the opportunity to shadow someone in their course of study. The program is designed to provide students with exposure to the industry of their choice and gain further interest by shadowing an alumni. The event will take place October 14th, but all students must apply by tomorrow, Friday, September 19th. For more information and how to apply, be sure to visit the Career and Center for Professional Development office or go to Otterbein's homepage and search careers.
If you were looking for a place in the area to get a haircut, we might have just the barbershop for you. A local shop is looking to expand their business and wants Otterbein community to know more. I caught up with the owner to learn more about the shop.
Ngozi is a barbershop located on Cleveland Avenue that is home to a local barber, Mason Williams, aka Mace the Barber. He works alongside Otterbein University's organization Lenehan as their personal barber for the barbershop program. He has been cutting hair for a while now.
I've been cutting officially as a professional barber for the past 2 years. I started cutting when I was about 14, and I started on myself and a few friends around the neighborhood.
Ever since working with Lenehan last year, he is looking to expand his business out to all of the students at Otterbein University.
I would like to bring the barbershop to Otterbein simply because, you know, when I was coming up, the barbershop was like the cornerstone of the community, and it's where you got to share information and people got to talk and be who they wanted to be.
Mace also has a special little discount for all students at Otterbein University.
Otterbein students' haircuts are $10. You know, I understand what it's like to be in college and to be a student, so I know funds and finances aren't always at the top.
This is Jay Corbitt, this week at Otterbein.
Interested students can contact Mason at the phone number below. Hours vary depending on the days of the week.
After all the homecoming festivities are over, one event will finish the big weekend off with a laugh. Main Stage Improv Group is having their first performance of the semester called Cinnabon, and it's bound to be a good time. Senior Paul Dahman, president of Main Stage Improv Group, told us a little bit more about it.
The first show that we're doing is called Main Stage Improv Presents Cinnabon. James Bond meets Cinnabon. Everybody's favorite come together finally. We've all been waiting long enough. There's no scripts. All of the suggestions that we get are completely from the audience and that we've never heard before. We know like what games we're gonna do, so like we do like 2 short form games. We have those picked out ahead of time. And then for long form, which is just like long stories, we just take suggestions from the audience, tell a story, and then we go into it. Completely off the cuffs. There's nothing up our sleeves. It's 100% made up on the spot. I always really enjoy like entertaining people and making them laugh, so to get to do improv has been a blast. You don't want to be that person on Monday who has no idea what everybody else is talking about, so you probably want to go ahead and come on out and see our show. And it's free. We just like to have fun and share our passion with you.
The performance will be at 8 p.m. on Sunday in the Pitt Theater, and it is, of course, free for all.
Greek life is a big part of our history here at Otterbein, and many of the chapters have been a part of our campus for quite some time. This year, the ladies of Tau Epsilon Mu, or better known as TEM, are celebrating their 100th year as an organization on our campus. We caught up with the sorority to find out more information about their long history.
Tau Epsilon Mu is celebrating 100 years of sisterhood this year, which is very exciting. So during homecoming, we're having a weekend-long celebration. TEM was founded in 1914, but the girls who founded the sorority actually started gathering together in 1912. They all lived in Cochrane Hall at the time. And they decided after a few years of friendship that they wanted to put some formality around their group. So they became the Talisman Club, and in 1914 they initiated their first pledge class. From that point forward, they wore a common safety pin to identify themselves on campus, much as sororities do now with the letters, sweatshirts and bags, etc. In the early 1900s, when TEM was first founded, there were 7 original founding members, and their first pledge class that they initiated was five young women. Today, the sorority has about 60 members. It's fluctuated over the years from about 120 down to 60. It just depends on the decade and the era. But right now, we have a really strong group of women who are representing TEM on campus. TEM is actually the second oldest sorority on campus right now, so we've withstood a lot of change on campus, a lot of different trials and tribulations of the school, and come out to maintain a 100-year-long organization. One of the major triumphs for TEM in the past few years is the Greek Week celebration. We were lucky enough to win overall Greek Week champs for 5 years in a row, which is quite an accomplishment. The philanthropy for Tau Epsilon Mu is women's issues, and that ranges from everything to supporting women's shelters to arranging Take Back the Night on campus and just advocating for women to be strong, independent, and take care of themselves in a social setting. One of the pieces of our purpose is that we strive to develop women intellectually, socially, and spiritually so that everyone is able to be productive in society.
Well, it's finally here. Otterbein's homecoming will kick off this weekend with a variety of events. This year's event will take you down a yellow brick road for a There's No Place Like Homecoming Wizard of Oz theme. Be sure to join the annual parade, which kicks off at 10 a.m. Different student clubs and organizations will be showing their Otterbein pride in decorative floats for the event. A dedication to the new turf and field will take place, as well as a special announcement around 1:45 prior to the first football game on the field. For a list of all events and times, be sure to visit otterbein.edu, and it is bound to be a great weekend with lots of alumni in town. And we're going to take a quick break, but right after that, David Kinder will have this week's sports update.
It's a twister! It's a twister!
There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Hi, Cardi. Thanks, Cardi. It's a no-brainer. There's no place like homecoming for the smartest swimwear.
There's no place like homecoming. There's no place like homecoming. There's no place like homecoming.
I'll get you Cardi and your little dog too. There's no place like homecoming.
There's no place like homecoming.
Hey, Cardi. Aw, thanks, Cardi. Can you guys help me out? There's no place like homecoming, to have a heart and come home to Otterbein.
Somewhere over the rainbow, you'll find
the Staff Council Craft Bazaar at homecoming.
Don't make us release our flying cardinals.
Join us for homecoming. Use your brain and follow us to homecoming.
Well, hey, guys.
Hey.
Thanks, Cardi. There's no place like homecoming to have some courage to achieve your personal best.
Otterbein fans in Munchkin Land, yell with us! Let's go home! Come on, let's go home! Yell with us! Let's go home! Join us for a twister of a good time at homecoming.
There's no place like home.
Show a little heart. I'm a little rusty.
Welcome to the Graduate School's Lollipop Land. Join us for a sweet time at homecoming.
Internships.
Job shadowing.
Career advice.
Oh my!
Join us at homecoming to find out how you can engage with the Center for Career and Professional Development.
It's not where you go, it's who you meet along the way at homecoming.
There's no place like homecoming.
There's no place like homecoming. Come home to Otterbein.
Well, it's homecoming week here at Otterbein, and along with the parade, the return of the alumni, and the big football game, it's an exciting day for another reason on the campus. It will be the first game on the new turf field at Memorial Stadium. In recognition of the new football field, we took a historical look at where else Otterbein has played football in their 125 years of gridiron history. This Saturday, Otterbein will play the first game in school history on a turf football field. And while they were the last school in the conference to get a synthetic field, it will be an exciting day in Otterbein history. The fields Otterbein has played football on has always been a key part of the school's history. The first team was organized in 1890, and while Westerville had a lot of wide open spaces then, Otterbein was confined basically to the area known now as Towers Lawn. The first games were played behind the administration building, as it was known then, and it was equipped with a baseball diamond, track, and an open field for football. It was on this field behind Towers that Otterbein won their first ever football game in 1891, a 42-6 win over Ohio State. This served as the home of Otterbein football until 1911, when the graduating class that year raised $2,000 to purchase the land north of Grove Street, approximately where the Commons are today. The field was ready for play in 1914 and dedicated that year with an Otterbein victory over Muskingum. The first grandstand was built by the students in 1922 under the supervision of Professor R.F. Martin. However, this would not last long as the grandstands burnt down in 1927. Otterbein was forced to rent out bleachers for the next 2 decades. Following World War II, Otterbein's enrollment skyrocketed, as did the success on the football field. In 1946, Otterbein won its first and only OAC title, and a need for a new stadium was apparent. Part of the centennial plan for Otterbein College, funds were raised in 1947 to build a new stadium, and construction began in the spring of 1948 and completed in time for the football season. The stadium was named Memorial Stadium and is dedicated to the students who lost their lives in the Second World War. The new stadium was state-of-the-art and could hold approximately 2,000 fans. The original Memorial Stadium would serve as the home for Cardinal football for 57 years until the bleachers again were torn down to be replaced with a more modern stadium that could hold more fans. Today it stands as the new Memorial Stadium, and this Saturday it will add another chapter to its storied history. The football game kicks off with Marietta at Saturday at 2 o'clock. Otterbein TV will broadcast the game and live stream the field dedication before the game at 1:30. The women's soccer team took to the pitch yesterday to play Ohio Wesleyan in the last ever game at Clements Field. The Cardinals tied the battle in Bishop 1-1. Otterbein's lone goal came in the 87th minute off a corner kick header from Alyssa Spencer. Coach Kuhn's ladies' record now stands at 1-2-3. They next play Saturday in Indiana. And the volleyball team is at the Reich tonight for a matchup with Denison at 7 o'clock. Otterbein stands at 5-7 on the season and is coming off a 3-2 victory Tuesday against Heidelberg in the conference season opener. And you can watch tonight's volleyball game right here on OTV. So Grace, homecoming weekend, a lot going on. And if before the game, you want to go to the parade, we'll have our own little float going by, and you can see all your favorite hosts of OTV out there.
Yep, it's going to be such a good time. All the time we have for today's show, but on behalf of Jay, David, and the entire crew, I'm Grace Lenehan, and we will catch you next week.